Okay, we are live. Hello, it's Helen here from helenmartinonline.com, and I have a very special guest with me today. As you can see, Julie Burke is in the house. Hello,
Hey!
Julie.
Hi, how are you?
Sorry we're a few minutes late for those that are jumping on, and I do want to acknowledge this probably couldn't be a worse time for Julie to be on the live. She's got a lot of personal stuff going on with her family and her parents, and they're not well, and she really should be at the hospital instead of being on live here with us. So Julie, just acknowledgement of the character of the person that you are to still go forward with this interview and be here for me and my community under the circumstances that you've got going on personally. So thank you, girl. It's very much appreciated.
No, thank you. I'm honored to be here. And I mean, all I could ask for is if you guys could just pray for my parents, that would be amazing. I would certainly appreciate it. Obviously, it's not a life or death situation because it might be a different circumstance, but yet they're still very ill. So no, but I was happy that you asked me to be a part of this, and anytime I can add value and impact another person, even if it's just that little thing, it's amazing how something little can be something so big in somebody's life.
Absolutely. So. And thank you guys for joining us. Those of you that are joining us, please send Julie lots and likes and loves for being here under her circumstances, and anybody watching the replay, just drop the word replay down below. So Julie, one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on is you have a very powerful story when it comes to exploring the world of online and social media, and the difference that's made to you and your business, and certainly what you've experienced in the last year with leaving your previous company and then joining a new company, and the success that you've had there and the impact that being online has had on that success. So I was wondering if you would mind just sharing a bit of your story with us.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Actually, today is my 1-year anniversary in my new company.
Is it? Okay, great.
Mind-blowing to think about all the success that has been had this past year, not just for me, but for the team, and to think that it almost didn't happen, right? So I'll take you back. I'll share quickly my story. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is JULIE BURKE. I live in Chicago, and a couple years ago, I've been in network marketing for 6 years. And I fell in love with the profession because I thought, how great is this to be able to build a business from home? Before I got introduced to network marketing, I did corporate America, hated it. I did traditional business. I opened up my own franchise at 23 years old. And I had multiple locations, and yet there's not a lot of freedom when you own a traditional business, okay? And so after about 9 years, burnt out to the max, stress, burnt out, no time freedom, I decided to sell. My husband and I started our family, and it was exactly what I wanted. I wanted to get those businesses up and running, sell them, and be able to stay at home. However, I also had an entrepreneur spirit, and I wanted to be able to do something from home. And so I started direct sales. Now, in direct sales, if any of you are aware of how that operates, which I'm sure you are, because you're probably most network marketers here, you're gone doing a lot of home parties, nights and weekends. And I was never home. And I'm like, okay, back to the drawing board, because this is not, I want to be home. I like my husband. I want to hang out with my husband. And I want to see my baby, not baby anymore. He's 7. Like, this is crazy, right? Anyways, there's Lola. So then I went into network marketing, and I thought, okay, they're teaching you to do home parties. They're teaching you to make lists. And for me, to be honest, I don't want to do that because I just came from the party planning business. So what did I do as a mom? Looking to build a business from home, I turned to Facebook. And 6 years ago, Facebook has definitely changed in the last 6 years. I'm sure you'll agree. But I was taught to do social media right, which that means that most people will spam products and different posts and reach out to people in a very, that direct approach, but not so forthcoming where, you know what I mean, like it leaves a good impression.
Yeah.
I didn't do any of that. I was told create curiosity, don't say company name. And so I'm like, okay. And literally I put my first post out there. I created a ton of buzz, a ton of curiosity, and I had 45 people reach out to me. So I was already kind of doing attraction marketing without even knowing what attraction marketing was 6 years ago, which is so funny to me.
Yeah.
And then through just creating curiosity and showing more of my lifestyle, I started to develop this brand because I was branding more me and not my company. I wasn't talking about my products or my opportunity. I would share stories. I would share through stories, and it makes a big difference. And so I went to 6 figures in a year with that company and a multiple 6 figures. And then 2 years ago is when I really felt like I hit a wall, and here's why. Because even though I wasn't doing home parties, I still had a whole team that was being taught build through home party, build party to party, event to event. And as a leader, you still want to support your team, right?
Yeah.
And even though that I was teaching them social media, they still were doing the party planning and the 3-way calls, and I was constantly on the phone or doing home parties. So I felt like I hit a wall a bit, like I reached burnout again, and I took a step back, and I really started studying a couple things. Helen, I started studying sales and marketing, because it's super important in this profession of network marketing to understand how to market yourself, right? How to brand yourself, how to market to your audience in an authentic way, right? How to sell authentically and being genuine about it, and not just spamming somebody or just sending people messages and giving them your links without really truly creating connection and a relationship. And so I learned that, as well as more of the of attraction marketing and how that really works, and then how to persuade someone through copy. Like, right, I just became a student. And so how did that equate into me leaving my last company and then diving into a new company by building a brand? Well, when you build a brand, people know, like, and trust you. And I was creating content and offering value and doing Facebook Lives and building relationships and creating engagement. And so what happened is when I made the transition, and I was vocal about it, people wanted to join me. I was still creating curiosity, right? I was having people ask me, I mean, at that point, when you create a brand, people are like, how do I sign up, right? Like, they don't even ask what the company is. And that to me is mind-blowing, but that's such the power behind developing your own personal brand rather than branding a product or company or opportunity. Now, I'm not saying I never share testimonials or product. I just don't do it often. And I've also developed out my own fan page community. So I have followers over there as well as my personal page. And I treat that just as a place where I can go and inspire and impact and create relationships and value outside of my warm market. And so that's a whole different training in itself. I'm not going to dive into that, but you know, and that's really where I've developed most of my relationships. But over here on my personal page, I'll do more of product posts every now and then, and maybe some opportunity, or just showing the lifestyle. Like, right, like we're just showing the lifestyle, and it's contagious when people see people smiling and they're happy and they're traveling and they see success stories. You're right, like people.
They're curious. They're curious. You're creating that curiosity, and that's exactly.
It's very powerful.
Yeah, you know, on a personal page, that is very powerful. There's a couple of things that just stood out to me in what you said that I think are really important. Is you learned the marketing side of, you know, we have these words called network marketing, and everyone talks about the networking and the prospecting and finding leads and talking to people, but not enough people are having the conversation about the marketing piece, and particularly attraction marketing. And that's obviously something you've done really well, because, you know, short space of time, you've got, I think it's over 53,000 followers now. Is it on your fan page?
Yeah, I think we just hit 57. Like, it's
50,
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, we're about to hit 57, and it's funny because I haven't looked at that, and then, like, I popped up my phone today, and, you know, like, you just kind of lose track. You know it's a lot, but then I, like, saw close to 57, and I'm like, oh my God. Guys, I started the fan page in July of 2016.
So not even 2 years.
No. And so that's the power of creating value and creating relationships. And when people like you, they want to share who you are with their friends or their teammates or what have you. And I wasn't doing anything magical. I was just giving them me, and I was giving them advice and help and strategies, and what I was learning I was teaching to them. And the reason I started my own training company, and I do like mentoring, and I started creating courses, it was all because I just saw a need because I saw a lot of network marketers doing it the wrong way, and it was such an icky feeling, and I don't want to give network marketing a bad name. And yet there's still people out there, believe it or not, knowing who I am, that still spam me. And I'm like, I think you need to follow my fan page. And I give them the link. I go, look, if there's 300 Facebook Live video trainings, go watch some.
Yeah.
They're still doing it that way. And you know what? There's always going to be that person. You know that's going to do it that way. But if we could teach people how to do it right, I promise you, it's so much more painless. It's not right.
Well, it's much more enjoyable journey.
It is. It's
yeah.
enjoyable on both ends, right, for both parties.
Yeah, and that sort of leads me to the second thing that you said that I think is really important. Is you said you became a student. And it's just new skills that we need to learn and be open to it. Whereas where a lot of network marketers seem to be going wrong, like you mentioned, is that they're spamming their products and their business out in their personal Facebook page because that's just what they think they should be doing. But really, we should be becoming a student and learning that marketing piece of network marketing and attraction marketing and learning from people like yourself. I mean, guys, those of you that are on live, who doesn't want 57,000 followers in under 2 years on a fan page? I mean, that's awesome. Send some Julie some likes and loves. That's just an amazing, results.
It's crazy. I think my email list, I started around the same time as the fan page. It's about 44,000 subscribers now. Mm-hmm. And I'm working on developing out just because I saw a need. So, you go through this and everything's always trial and error, right? So people are always waiting to everything's perfect to be able to, talk to that person or put a post out or maybe reach out to somebody on their chicken list, whatever. They always want everything to be perfect. I'm going to tell you right now, it's never perfect, right? Like I waited forever to put out my first product. Let me tell you, that was almost 2 years ago and I'm still working on it. Like I'm still testing it. It's crazy. And here's the deal. So I started this and I see a lot of people struggling. And this is what I see them. Like they're learning, but they're learning maybe the wrong skill sets.
Yeah.
They're learning prospecting and recruiting, but what they need to be learning is how to offer up the sale, how to close a prospect, like conversion, how to market the right way. It's all about online marketing strategies. They want to learn social media, and I get it, right? That's the sexy thing. But you also want to master marketing, and you want to master copy and how to really persuade with words. Like, and I know I'm taking this to a whole new level, but if you want to become a professional, you have to learn this type of stuff. Because I'm going to tell you, like, social media will only take you so far. Because then how do you have the conversation? Like, how do you connect? Like, how do you lead to the next step?
Yeah.
And so that's what's super important. And when I learned attraction marketing and everything that's revolved around it, that's when everything changed for me. And I learned it through trial and error. The fan page, I learned it through trial and error of doing right? My lead magnets, right? Everything was testing and tweaking. And so now I'll tell you, I'm starting my own, I guess I'll say down here, I only sit on 2 Facebook Lives, and I already have a waiting list, which is super cool, but I'm starting my own membership. And it really is for female entrepreneurs. And it's to help them learn everything I'm talking about right now, because this is what I see. People are learning, they're like absorbing information, but they're not implementing. Right? And I want to raise up leaders and entrepreneurs in this space. And so you can only learn so much, right? Even the mindset piece. I mean, that could go to a whole different direction that I don't want to go to right now, but that's even around it, because as you're doing attraction marketing,
have we lost Julie? If anyone's on live, have we still got Julie? Or is she frozen? Am I talking to myself here? I know there's a delay in comments, but is Julie frozen to you guys that are watching live? No, frozen. So it's not frozen, or it is frozen. Sorry, Alicia, I'm not quite. It is frozen. Frozen. Well, maybe she'll jump on. Oh, she's gone. We'll see if she jumps on again in a moment. She may or may not. I know that she's actually got really limited time tonight, considering her personal circumstances that we mentioned at the beginning of the live. But I really wanted to bring Julie on to highlight, to this community, just the power of, bringing. Am I frozen too, guys, or can you hear me? Well, oh no, you must be able to hear me if you're answering my question. But she's lost power. Okay, just bear with me. I'll just turn it. Oh, she's turning her computer back on. So hang in there, guys. Hang on, I'll just reply to her. She's saying so sorry. She's having such a hard time at the moment, the poor girl. She really shouldn't even be on this live. So please give her some likes and loves when she jumps back on, if she can jump back on. Here she is. You lost power.
This is my cell phone. Can you see me?
Yeah, okay. No, you're good. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh.
I was just saying, you're having a hell of a time at the moment, aren't you?
Oh my God. You guys, seriously, I think I need a cocktail.
I think you do. You should have a glass of wine. See, it's nighttime where you are. You should have a glass of wine with you, girl.
I know. It's 8:20. I think I'm about to. Oh my gosh. My husband tonight, before this, he's like, we go to this restaurant every Wednesday and we get a bottle of wine and we share it. And today's Tuesday, but he goes, do you want to go tonight? I go, no, I can't be buzzed for this interview. I'm like, and we only had, I got home from the hospital and literally we only had 40 minutes. Anyways, I'm thinking maybe I should have taken off on that and drank some wine. I don't know.
Well, I won't. Yeah, anyways, and I won't keep you much longer. Just what kind of advice would you give to somebody who's looking at social media to grow their network marketing business, but they're not really sure how to go about it? What would you recommend?
Okay, so what I would say is, number one, let's don't spam, right? Let's start being intentional with our posting.
Yep.
I think it's super important to go to Facebook with an intention. Mm-hmm. So what you want to start sharing is more about it's so funny when people talk about building a brand, your own personal brand, and they're all confused about the avatar and this and that. And I say, listen, most likely the person you're looking to attract to you is you, right? Yeah. So majority of my coaching clients are me 2 years ago. They're trying to figure out all of this online marketing stuff. They're leaders in network marketing company. Maybe they're looking to add a couple multiple income streams, and they want to start their own coaching business, or they want to create their own product. And they're like, show me how you had success doing this all last year.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so you want to think about, always stick to your core values. Always stick to your mission. Always stick to your passion. Don't sway. Don't be somebody else. Stop looking at what everybody else is doing. If you're going to look to learn, right? Look to learn, look to model. We don't steal. We just model and say, okay, I like how she does that. I like how Helen, you know, how when she does her Facebook Lives, or I like how Helen does her blog, or what have you. Like, look at how people do things, and you can model it, you just don't copy it. When you're thinking about posting, what I do is I try to like content batch.
Yep.
So I'm not just thinking of it like right on the fly. I actually have it in like an Excel spreadsheet, or, you know, we have a content calendar. And so I'm thinking like ahead, okay, this is what I can talk about. If I am reading a book, or I see a great article, I save it, or I'll highlight something in the book, and then I put it inside of my content calendar, or you can put it in an Evernote. Sometimes I even just text myself because like I'm just on the fly.
Yeah.
And so you think of like I usually say like 9 to 12 categories of stuff you're passionate about. So what I mean by that is like, I'll post about my family, of my kids, right? I'll post about traveling. I love to travel. I'll post about Lola, our new puppy. I post about drinking wine or jalapeno margaritas, because that's who I am, right? Like, I'm Margarita Mama. And people know that. It's funny when people start following you, they're like, where's your jalapeno margarita?
Yeah.
You know, they get to know you. I post about marketing. I post about network marketing. I post about online marketing, affiliate marketing. So it's just business, lifestyle, and then what you do is your team, you know, whatever, and then you circulate content, right? So it's not like you're just posting about your products, your opportunity all the time. You're just showing who you are, your passion, your lifestyle, health, fitness. I love yoga, right? So think about that. What are your 9 to 12 categories? So I'm just giving you guys a little bit more information. This is, Helen, this is what I hear most often. Where do you find content? How do you come up with content? I'm like, are you kidding me?
It's all
like,
around
let's
us.
Just, oh my gosh, let's just sit down for like 10 minutes and I'll have a whole year's worth of a calendar.
Yeah.
So intentional with social media, so you don't get lost in social media, okay? Please be consistent. Be consistent with putting something out there every single day, even if it's just one power post, whatever that is, or like a Q&A post, something to just, you gotta keep showing up, right? If you're not showing up, your business is, you know what I mean? Your business is gonna dip. I know that sounds crazy. And then just really building relationships. I love building relationships, and I can't speak, like, please don't add a price. Don't look at a dollar sign. Don't say, well, when is the conversion going to happen? Sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. But you know, again, and I don't have time to go into like engagement and algorithm and all that kind of stuff, but I'll tell you, when you follow somebody and you start to talk to them and build that relationship, they're all of a sudden like in your feed and you're in their feed, right? Like, it just kind of happens. But don't think of the price tag that comes along with that. So those are all my tips.
No, that's awesome. And I think the intention, like, what are you actually doing on social media? The intention, but you've got to have the planning behind it. But I think if you lead with the value and not what am I going to get out of it, it's like, what can I give and how can I help people? Like, you lead with the value, then the relationships come, and people get to know, like, and trust you. And when people know, like, and trust you, that's when they'll buy from you and join your business. Like, you know, the success that you've had with your new company in you know, the last year anniversary today.
I mean, it's crazy. I have 1,400, probably just over 1,400 business builders on my team.
You do realize how crazy that is, Julie.
Yes, I do. And here's the thing. You know what I always say, what is it? Ignorance on fire, knowledge on ice. Okay? So when I decided that, you know, people thought I was crazy, including my mom, she's like, you're resigning over there, like you're giving up what? Yeah. You know, when you're making 5 figures a month, like that's a lot of income. But yet this is also the power going back to multiple income streams. Yeah. Because I knew I was pulling in from other income streams. So I was okay with signing those papers to resign. And also, I didn't look at it as what I was giving up. I looked at it as what I was gaining. You know, like that abundance mentality. And so I just went full force into it. I was, you know, maybe not as public in the beginning, but I was creating a lot of curiosity and buzz through doing my Facebook Lives without saying anything about my company. But I did say that I was taking a new road. Well, what do you think people are, what are you doing? Where are you, you know, I did do a live, so there's no rumors that I left from my last company, and I don't want to burn any bridges. It just wasn't for me anymore. Yeah. I was looking for a company that was building 100% online, that had a business model that I can plug my team into, that I knew could be duplicated. And that's what I found. And then I just launched that baby. And, you know, I was like kind of building. And then I did my big launch in November. And wow, like that's all I can say. Yeah. Power of branding, right? And attraction marketing.
Well, I remember we were in LA together in August, and you were very quiet about it then. And I think you said you had about 20 people in your team at that point.
Isn't it nuts?
Now, fast forward to where are we, May? And what did you say? Over 1,400 people.
1,400.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of guts to leave a company and leave, because most people are driven by the dollar. So to do what you did does take a lot of guts. But, you know, obviously it's paid off, and, you know, credit to your character for doing that. Yeah, amazing. Well,
I always say, you got to be fulfilled. That's all. You got to feel fulfilled, and you have to be happy, or else why are we doing what we're doing?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where we should come from. It shouldn't be driven by dollars. When we lead by what can I get, if I put this post up, who's going to reply that I can get a sale? Like when you lead with that, that's not an abundance, you know, mindset. So always got to lead with value. And, you know, as Julie's highlighted, the importance of attraction marketing and learning, you know, the skills to attract people to you and building a powerful brand. Well, you could recruit 1,400 people in under a year. Well, a year. So no, not your average person can do that. But I don't want to hold you up, Julie. I know you've got so much going on with your family. And, you know, to those of you that are on live, please put your comments down below that you found this valuable, what Julie was sharing with you today. You know, it's very kind of her to come on and share her wisdom. Julie, I wish you all the best for your family, and I hope, you know, you get some good results for your mum and your parents are going to be okay. So please send Julie lots of love and thank her for, you know, sharing her time with us today. And if attraction marketing is a new word to you, then just comment the word attraction down below, and I'll send you across some free training just to get started, you know, with the right way of building your business online. So thanks again, Julie. I really appreciate your time. Say goodbye to Julie, everyone.
Thanks, Helen. I appreciate you. Have a great night.
Thank you. Yeah,
right,
exactly.
bye, everyone.
See ya.
See ya.